What's going on, everyone? Welcome to How to F1 for the HockenheimRing, the Mercedes W12 Formula 1 car. So we are now 8 weeks in, so if you end up running this week, then congratulations, you now qualify for the iRacing credits program, and you can take the rest of the season off. Just kidding. It's actually, we got a bunch of good tracks and good races coming up. So this track joined about a year ago, I think. We've run it twice in the run it twice in the McLaren, and of course this will be the first time in the W12 since this is the first season for the car. First time around, it took me a lot to get comfortable with it, but the second race that we ran in season 4, I was significantly more comfortable. And I'm starting to feel that way this week as well. Track's got a nice flow to it. It's pretty technical, but there's, due to the nature of this car, there are a lot of high-speed sections where you can just leave the throttle pinned, such as turn 1, for example, and just let the downforce carry you through the corners. But there's also a few slower speed sections that take a little bit of technical driving skill as well. A couple, hard braking zones and hairpins and such. So we'll cover that a little bit in the hot lap, and go into some tire strategy, and that will be it. Alright, so coming through this final corner here onto the main straight. This could be your first of 2 DRS zones, and a key thing here, remember, is to shut it off manually before you hit the corner because it will not deactivate on its own. First heavy braking zone here, I try to aim for this orange curb here on the inside. Don't hit it, but try to aim for it with your inside front tire. Here's your second DRS zone down this long, not really straightaway. Heading into the hairpin down here, watch out for some netcode contacts because there's going to be really high-speed cars very suddenly slowing down. So maybe try to offset a bit to prevent any issues. I short shift a bit out of that corner there as well, just to kind of help with rear traction. This corner, I try to keep a tighter line to the left and again aim my inside tire for that orange curve. This you can take flat out as well as the next corner, but I kind of would recommend maybe just lifting just a little bit to keep the car underneath you so you don't burn up the tires too fast. Again, keep it tight to the inside through this corner, kind of hit through this section real quick. Double apex essentially, because this is one big long corner the way you take it. You can use pretty much all that off track right there, and there is a lap at HockenheimRing. Alright, so as far as tire strategy goes, this week has gone back to what most of the weeks have been so far, where the tires are going to be pretty much medium no-stop. Some guys are running the soft no-stop strategy. If it's me, I'm going to do medium no-stop, even though the mediums are slightly slower than the softs in terms of raw pace. From what I understand, the softs only maintain their speed for just a few laps, and then it's a matter of just trying to conserve them through the rest of the race to make it to the end, and they get kind of ragged at the end of it. It seems like heat generation is the biggest problem and not as much the wear of the tires. So even on the mediums, you'll want to take it a little bit easier, because even though they will pretty safely last the whole race in terms of wear, they will give up as they get hotter. It seems like at this track for this season, the off tracks were adjusted a bit. There's some areas where you can run a little wider than you could last season. Particularly turn 11, for example, the fast right-hander before in the stadium section. Used to, it seemed like if you put 2 tires off into the green AstroTurf, then you would get an off track. But now there's been a couple laps where I've clipped the dirt with 2 tires and still didn't get an off track. So they've widened the track up a bit for us. Definitely wouldn't recommend putting your tires in the dirt, but if it happens, you should be able to get through it okay. Well, that'll do it this week. Seems like it'll be a fun week. Just watch out for the for any netcode hits in the hairpins. Give each other a little bit of extra space, maybe offset a bit before when you're behind somebody getting into one of these hairpins at the end of the straightaways or what have you, so that way you don't punt somebody from 5 car lengths back. Make sure to remember to cut off your DRS at the end of the front straightaway because it won't do it automatically. And yeah, hope this helps some of y'all out this week. Good luck in your races, and we'll catch you next week.